We're on the clock. All right. Hey there. My name is Ed Howie, and this is Howie Grow a Brand.
1, 2, 3.
If you like what you learned from this video, help us promote this channel by clicking the like button below and subscribing to our channel. Ready to go? Let's get into today's chat. That was powerful. Okay, here we go. Woo! The reality is, being an entrepreneur, it's not easy. That's why some people don't want to go into business for themselves at all. But I will tell you, the key to success is what we're talking about today. The key to success is mindset. Firmly believe it. Today, we're talking to Chuck Goetschel, who's a former Olympic athlete, career entrepreneur, and founder of Rallio. Not only is he founder of Rallio, but he is well-regarded leadership mentor, an incredible speaker, and he's a great friend. Join me and Chuck as we explore the essentialness of mindset for any entrepreneur. Chuck, how are you today?
I'm doing great, man. Great to be with you, bud.
Always good to be with you, man. And we're talking about a topic that I know is near and dear to our survival. And that is mindset, right?
You got it.
So tell me, as an entrepreneur, as well as a human, why is mindset and why is the mindset of an entrepreneur so essential, managing your mindset?
Old story you've heard a million times. I'm sure most people have, but 3 guys laying brick, right? And the person was asked, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm laying brick, obviously. They asked the second person, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm making a living. Ah, interesting. They asked the third person, what are you doing? He said, I'm building a cathedral, right? And so the mindset of the actions that you're having will have a lot to do with the energy that you can bring to the table as well. So it's really the perspective of things. Right?
So let's use that analogy. What's the risk of just seeing it as laying brick?
A few things, right? So if you're just laying brick, right? First of all, how inspired are you going to be tomorrow morning to go lay some more brick, right? You're not. So you're living an uninspired life. How good is your work going to be, right? Because it's not very valuable, right? So I'm not going to try that hard. So my work's probably going to suffer. I mean, you get it, right?
Oh yeah. Well, and like in our agency, our firm, we don't track hours for that full reason. It's like our customers are not buying hours. They're buying results. They're buying impact. They're buying efficiencies that they cannot do on their own.
Absolutely.
So it's not just laying brick. Okay. But what about the second guy? I mean, he's making a living. That's honorable, right?
Right. And I would say that's where most people are. Most people are making a living. Most people who are running a business, they let their employees make a living. And that's fine. And if that's the kind of business they want to run, that's great. You kind of clock in, clock out. You're doing a better job. You have a little bit more inspiration. You appreciate the fact you're getting that paycheck every Friday, and, TGIF, and, fantastic. Let's have a great weekend. We'll start it over again. That's great. But that's not going to pull the most out of people. And it's really not going to give the most to your employees either. By letting them be that way. So really it's that third level. How do we get there, right? How do we get there? So for instance, we have a lot of coders. They're writing code all day long, right? How do we get them building a cathedral? And what a lot of times we'll do is we'll come back with a story of a customer and how their business was impacted in a wonderful way. And we'll come back and say, do you realize the feature that you just coded, they just used? And this is the result they have, and here's the happiness they have. And we wanted to share this with you. So now you're coding happiness. You're coding, right, prosperity. You're coding, right, all these wonderful things is what you're coding. So when they come in, they're building a cathedral, right? They're certainly not laying brick, and it's a lot more than making a living.
That, we talk about the difference between survival mode or survival mindset and growth mindset. How have you been able to lean into growth mindset while you've been having to really survive like ever before? Right.
That's a huge question, because let's face it, let's be honest, right? When you are trying to survive and you're trying to pay the bills, and it's hard. It's really, really hard. And it's really hard not to be in survival mindset, because obviously you're trying to survive. So you don't want to ignore the things you need to do, obviously. So you got to focus on that. But here's the big but, right? Got to step back and you got to ask yourself, like, why did I do this? What's my passion? What brought me here? What's the vision? And get outside of this circumstance for a second and get excited again about what's possible. right? Get excited about the vision and all the good things that can come from that, and draw yourself into that, right? Like that's what's going to inspire you. And so at some point you've got to do that. You can't just sit there and stare at your bills all day long and just get depressed, right?
Yeah.
You got to put those aside and go, okay, I need to fuel the tank. I need to fuel the machine, right? And I need to get inspired. We also have to have the mindset of, when stuff hits us, what's our mindset going to be? And for me, I have this idea is that I'm a part of this great wild journey. It's a great wild journey. That's just another chapter in the book. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a great, because if the book was just plain, it's vanilla. Nobody wants to watch the vanilla movie, right? But when you're like, that happened? Oh my gosh, and now I'm really intrigued. It just drew me into your story, right? So I just go, oh, that's going to be a fantastic chapter or part of the movie. And that's the mindset. Now, how do we go and solve that? I don't want the problem, but I pre-programmed that when that happens, I go, oh, this is going to be a great chapter in the book, right?
No doubt. Great chapter. And I have been accused of this, that, well, your just personality is wired this way. You know,
Please.
Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
You know, I may have an inclination, but it is a deliberate choice. It is not just, oh my gosh, a response to the situation.
Right.
Because while maybe my joy meter has not been as high as it's ever been recently, it has still been pretty high, because you know what? You said it. We've decided we're going to make it through this.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
That's right.
And it's probably not going to look like I imagined it to look 5 years from now.
That's right.
But you know, we're going to make it through this. And if we lean into the mindset of we're not, then guess what? We're not.
We're not. We're already done. That's right. And that's all part of it. It's like, we're going to pivot, we're going to grow, we're going to change. I remember going to a mentor early on and I said, you know, I'm just not that, to talk to your point, I'm just not that people person kind of person that you keep talking about. And he just looked at me and goes, well, then change. It was like, what? But that's not me. Then change, then grow, right? Don't make that your excuse. Make that your reason to focus on something, because it's that important, right? If you're going to win, then you're going to need to grow. You're going to need to change. You're going to need to become that leader that you need to be in order to create the success that you're looking for. You can't just show up and expect to be the same person down the road and have a whole different set of events unfold for yourself. Like, you've got to pay the price, and part of that price is your own personal development, growth, and leadership. So when you say, hey, you just have that natural personality, that's a cop-out, right? Yeah. But then grow that personality, then develop
that's
that,
right.
Then hang out
that's
with
right.
you, talk to you, get inside your head and learn why you think the way you do, so those kinds of things naturally come out, right? Lean into it.
Lean into it. Lean into growth. Love it. Always a joy with you, and who knows, maybe that I'm confident that, which is truly my personal mission, which I know is yours, is that anyone who's willing to spend a little time with me, that I hope they leave better than when they started. So thanks as always.
They always do it.
Man, you too, brother. Thanks, man.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Talk soon.
Bye. Hey, I really hope this helps and inspires your day. If any of this works on your business this week, I'd love to hear about it in the comments, or hey, just message me. Can't wait to see what we chat about next time on How We Grow a Brand. We'll see you soon.